Hey guys, welcome back to another one. This is Crypto Elite. In today's video, we have a set of news stories for you. The first one has to do with Ethereum. The next one has to do with NFTs in China. And the last one has to do with a record number of Bitcoin ATMs that have recently just launched in this country that we'll talk about. But before we dig into those stories, let's talk about the portfolio. As you can see here, the portfolio value is slightly different. I know I had a couple questions. One is Theta. As you know, I used to report on Theta a lot, and I still have my Theta. I still have the Theta that I track on, the 1,000 Theta coins, the 10,000 T-Fuel that I still track on. I still earn passive income from that, but I am moving that into a different portfolio. This portfolio I am keeping for the long run. That is my goal. I may not ever sell this portfolio aside from Cardano. Like I said in my last video, this one is an outlier, but the Bitcoin, the Ethereum, and any other cryptos that I add to this portfolio in the future, I do not plan on selling. I will probably, for Bitcoin, and this is in the future, if I ever want to receive value from Bitcoin, I'll post it on a larger exchange, and this is going to be something like a Charles Schwab or Fidelity in the future where I can borrow against it. I'm not going to sell it. There's a lot of pros and cons, which I can discuss in a different video, but Ethereum, on the other hand, is proof of stake, so that has passive income from Ethereum and staking Ethereum. So those are my two goals for Bitcoin and Ethereum. Cardano, like I said, that is, we will kind of see how the next bull cycle goes and then play it from there. Theta and T-Fuel is much the same as well. I'll kind of gauge it from the next bull cycle, but it is a medium term hold for me. With every different investment, you need to have an exit strategy, and that probably is going to be my exit strategy. I'm still trying to fine tune that, so we will see. But that is the portfolio update for this video. And the other thing that I want to hit on, like I said, I have changed the thumbnail, so you will see a new portfolio value every single thumbnail image, but you will also see in my description for each video, I am only going to list things that I use. I'm not going to blow it up like I did in previous videos with a bunch of links that, of course, it helps support the channel, but the things that I really am using, the Patreon, the Discord, ledgers, take your cryptos off of the exchanges. I couldn't recommend that anymore. And then lastly, Coinbase. I actually do use Coinbase for a lot of my purchases, and I use a couple other exchanges as well. I might list those, but Coinbase is just the easy one that I'll purchase crypto from. It's linked to my bank account, and then from there I will move it to a hardware wallet. So I'll move it to cold storage afterwards. So that is my recommendations for everyone. Okay, let's move into these three stories. The first story that we have to talk about today has to do with Ethereum. There is some record number of Ethereum that was burned over the last year and a half almost. About $9 billion worth of Ethereum has been burned, and there's a lot of pros and benefits to that. As we can see here, during the bull run of 2021, $20 million to $75 million worth of ETH was being destroyed daily, which is pretty insane. And this is all due to the EIP 1559 upgrade that happened not too long ago. As we know, burning tokens reduces the asset's circulating supply, and in theory, as long as the network activity stays the same or increases, that means that the price should raise just because of this burn. And another way to look at this is $9 billion worth of buy pressure that is on Ethereum. So the price that Ethereum has fell to right now, about $1,100, it would have fallen $1,200. It would have fallen a lot more if this EIP 1559 and the Ethereum burn was not there. Like I said, there's a lot of buying pressure just because everything is being burned. So that puts deflationary pressure onto the token, which in theory, Ethereum could become deflationary in the future. And the inflation rate, or its net issuance, is about 0.013, so a lot less than it was last year, and it potentially will become deflationary later this year, which is pretty awesome to see. And we can also see this if we go to ultrasoundmoney.com, scroll down, you can see a lot of different facts out there, but the one that I do want to highlight is 2.8 million ETH has been burned. So that's the first thing I want to talk about. The next thing that I do want to talk about is NFTs in China. They recently stated that they're going to launch a state-run NFT marketplace, which is very interesting because there was a huge backlash about a year ago from China on Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in general. And it's very interesting that they are going to go ahead and continue with this subset of the blockchain, which is NFTs. So the platform will not feature Bitcoin or Ethereum as options, but it's going to have the China Cultural Protection Chain, which is their way to ensure that their blockchain is censored by them. But it's just very interesting how they can say one thing and then actually start doing something else. So that is kind of what I'm thinking is going on behind scenes with China. And once again, this is just my thought, but Bitcoin production roars back in China despite Beijing's ban on crypto mining. And of course, this is an older article, May of 2022, but they banned crypto mining in the past. And as you can see here from this article, it goes on to talk about how crypto mining is still happening, and actually quite a bit in China as well. So the crackdown wasn't really as big of a crackdown as we think. And my personal thought on this is because China is looking at cryptocurrency and Bitcoin as the enemy of my enemy is my friend, kind of, sort of. And not that the US and China are enemies, but BTC and Bitcoin is a threat to the US dollar as far as being the world reserve currency. So if China still owns a lot of that hash power, then they could potentially leverage that against the US. And especially if the US were to levy some sort of sanction on China for something that happens in the future, then cryptocurrency could be the workaround, as we kind of see with Russia, that they are thinking about and starting to implement. So the US worries cryptocurrencies could weaken sanctions and dollar dominance is something that I could potentially see in the future. So the last thing I wanted to talk on really quick, not to make this video super long, is the Bitcoin ATMs have been more prevalent throughout the entire world. And now Australia overtakes El Salvador to become the 4th largest crypto ATM hub, which I don't want to go into all the stats. Like I said, this video is a lot longer than I wanted it to be, but it is very interesting that these ATMs are continuing to thrive even in the crypto winter or the bear market. So the last thing I do want to leave you with is just how turbulent the overall crypto market is. I'm taking the time to purchase crypto every single day. If you are interested in what I am buying, and it's more than just my main portfolio, I have a different portfolio for 5 to 10 Xers in the next bull run cycle. That's what I'm focusing on, and that's what I let you know in this Patreon as well. If not, like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I will see you on the next one.